This video is about something that we all need to be doing right now. It's so important, and the reason is because the world is in such a state of fear. We have the pandemic, they're telling us that there's going to be a second wave coming. We have the elections going off in America. Even the people that we call now woke are also in a state of fear because they know what's going on behind the scenes. So many people are in a state of fear. And now I don't know if this applies to you. Well, I know that most of our followers are very high vibing people, very positive minded people, but it's so easy to get sucked into this. I know that I certainly got sucked into this at the beginning, and that's why this is so important. So what I want to talk about is mindset and our psyches and how we really need to protect what we allow into our minds. And the reason for that is because if we're consuming fear-based things all of the time, which is what is happening right now for the majority of the world, then we're going to be absorbing that into our psyches. And when that happens, it changes the physiology of our body. So we're absorbing fear-based thoughts, we're creating a fear-based mindset, and then that creates toxins in the body. And by creating toxins in the body, you're then putting your body in a state of vulnerability. So if anything, right now is the time to think even more positive thoughts so your body can be in a state of healing and high vibrational energy. And I think this is fundamental right now with everything that's happening in the world. And if we can say anything, any possible good thing that we can find in this situation right now is that you can't rely on the outside world. The only thing that you can rely on is the inside. So you're either in a state of surviving or thriving. You can't be in a state of both. You have to pick one. And most people, I think perhaps unconsciously, are in a state of survival because of everything that's happening right now and what we're constantly being fed by the news. So if we can begin to take our power back and to consciously choose that we want to be in a state of thriving, not just surviving, then we can enter that state of thriving. We can consume positive based thoughts, higher vibing energy that heals and soothes our body, rather than energy that puts us in fight or flight. Because when it's in fight or flight, that's when we're compromising ourselves and our immune systems. Most people in the world don't realize the power of their minds. The mind is such a powerful thing. And you can see even with things like the placebo effect, you can see that just by taking a sugar pill, how up to 50% of people tend to be healed. That's not people that have been sitting at home meditating for the last 6 weeks, trying to envision themselves being healed. This is people who simply took a pill that they thought was the medicine, with that one thought, that one belief, and they've healed. And research has shown that that happens to 50% of people. Isn't that just amazing? Doesn't that just show the power of your mind? And this is why our minds are so important. So don't give your power away to anybody or anything outside of you. Don't give your power away to the news or anything that's coming in that's making you feel negative and negative emotion inside of you. And this is not about being in denial of anything that's happening in the world, but it's just about realizing that whatever you focus on is creating an emotional reaction in your body. And that emotional reaction is a physical thing that is going to impact you. And it's either going to impact you for good or for something that's not very good. So it's about making a conscious choice of what you consume and what you want for yourself, your body and your health. So some of the action that I take, I don't watch the news. If I want to know what's going on in the news, I'll Google it. I don't sit there watching the news every day. I remain open-minded. I'm open to all people's opinions. I don't follow what any one particular person says, whether they're an authority or whoever they are. I'm willing to listen to everybody and make my own decisions based on what I think is the truth and what's best for my interests. And most important thing is that I delve into spirituality and into quantum physics, because this is where you find your power. This is when you realize you're not just a human floating around who's a victim of whatever the world wants to throw at them, but you realize that you're an infinite being of energy. And when you realize that and the power that you actually have inside of you, then nobody can ever take that away from you. So to sum it up, if you've been feeling anxious, stressed, fearful, any kinds of negative emotions, then start to take action to reduce that. Start to reduce or stop watching things like the news or negative media that's feeding those fear-based thoughts and creating those emotions in your body. Start to take time out to meditate, to give yourself self-care. Read things that uplift you, watch things that uplift you. What sets your soul on fire? Is it spirituality, quantum physics, or is it some other subject, some hobby that you love to do? Do that, because what you love to do is what heals you. So please let me know your thoughts, let me know what you've been going through. Let me know if you've been getting a bit stuck in the fear-based mindset, like I know many people do, I did in the beginning, or let me know what action steps you're taking, or what you've been doing to maintain a positive mindset throughout the whole of this pandemic, and maybe it'll help some other people who might be struggling. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.